I just go for the normal snowball opener. I usually go for either the normal snowball opener or creep double one key. Could also just go creep with a one key, right? That still lets me poison the middle. I actually haven't played as player 1 a lot on this map. I, for some reason, seem to only get player 2. And for that, I pretty much always do creep with 2 1 keys. And then I bang into Hevo 2.0. That's usually my player 2 counter opener to the snowball 1 key thing. Guess I'll just do something like this. Do I want this there, actually? It's a bit weird. Do I go snowball? That's still the consideration here. I think snowball is pretty okay as an opener. Because you're not that likely to snipe something, right? They basically have to go aggressive before you can snipe something. Which not that many people do. At least as player 2 in my experience. And if they do go aggressive, they usually do it up at this side of the map. But it's hard to say because most of the time I've been player 2, so maybe that's just me playing like that. Okay, snowball counter opener. But snowball against snowball up here. I think I'm going to creep against this also. Because both of these are nice to hit with creep. And it can protect the middle for me while I go up here. And then I can bring a turret alongside it. Probably creep unicorn. And then we go for a 6 key on the turn after. There's a very large amount of good 6 keys here in my opinion. Like, a lot of the 6 keys that you normally see played are very nice. You can play Klepto, Hematic. Rambo is actually not bad on this map either. Puff is good, Speedolas are fine. Attractor can work too. There's like a lot of things you can do here. I guess they can take the middle with the cowbell if I do that actually. Maybe it's just a ginsting? I think it's just a ginsting actually, now that I think about it a little bit more. If they didn't go for cowbell, I would have gone for the creep unicorn. But with cowbell in here, I can't really see myself doing that. I think that would be a mistake. They just immediately claim it. It's okay. You can't even kill with these two, right? No, it's not enough to kill. So I could just stay here, which I'm probably going to. They also cannot kill the snowball, so I can just keep it in here. Or I can put it over here if I want the Henrietta further in, which I might. Is there a good 3 key I can place out here? Minotaur maybe? I don't know which thing I'm going for right now. I should just move my other phobies first. I think I want the snowball back here, and then we move the Henrietta out. Both protects this point with the poison against the enemy snowball, and the snowball can still reach things. We're not really afraid of them doing that. I think I might just go for Mike, actually. Although I kind of want to put a leprechaun in. So maybe not. Maybe it's actually just a 1 key. Like Tickles here. And then we put a leprechaun out. I'm a very big fan of leprechaun on this map. Because people bring a lot of phobies with abilities. So you always have a decent target. It feels like. And it's also just a nice phobie to like have sit on it. Like, around the middle and have it sit here or here. And you can just hit everything with the ability and always protect the middle, so then you can have a mobile team outside of that. I'm still not sure if I'm going Rambolina, 2 movement, 2 rangers, or Speedolas right now. It will depend on what they do. Are they going to Firkin, my Firkin? That would be pretty funny. That is something that people actually do at times. You Firkin the opponent's Firkin so that you can bring ability phobies. If your game plan is based around ability phobies, of course. Like if you're playing Mildred or something like that, maybe. Or Kira. Then you bring a Firkin to Firkin their Firkin. Now we have to watch out a little bit near the middle, so they have more attack power, like quite a lot now. I think this can die if they pull it, no matter where they pull it from, right? But we're going to take it with a 1 key right now, so that's blocking them. Can only move the Firkin 1 out, unless I just, like, turn that off right now. Only has a 1 turn lock, though. But it's also fine to just do. And just sit here. If we're doing this. The instinct should actually be further up. Still. They also don't have any 1 keys right now, so I'm pretty happy about this type of situation. Do I want Rambolina in here? I often bring both Rambolina and Hero 2.0. Because then you can double push people and it makes it very awkward when they don't have flyers. Don't know if it's too early though. Could also just be like a Klepto angle. Which is also great. Then maybe I bank next turn. Or I just go for some 1 keys. I should have brought the tickles somewhere else, or maybe I should have sacrificed the tickles instead of the what's it called? The Henrietta. Actually, I should definitely have sacrificed the tickles because they wouldn't have been able to kill it without bringing one of these in. So they would have had to waste the snowball, but then I could have gone offensive. That's actually a pretty big misplay that I didn't put my tickles in the middle. How much damage do they have here? Quite a lot with the Gonzo and Cassowary being able to run in. Should be fine though. This is still out for another turn. And go up here with this. Then we can move the Klepto up. And I kind of want to bank a little bit. But I also need to defend this point. Do I ever go for a Gesundheit here? Ah, that can't be right. They would be able to kill it so easily. Guess we can just do this. And throw a bomb in here. Should be good enough. And I'm banking a bunch. It looks like I'm going Akira for them, but I'm not actually going Akira here, I don't think. I could if they play like something super slow here and they don't go offensive at all. But yeah, no, they're going in, it seems. Does that mean the Cassowary is running onto the bomb? That must mean that the Cassowary would run onto the bomb if they tried to do that. So they're probably not going to do it. Also, this is definitely a mistake. Not taking the middle. Because now if I reclaim this point, they will be even further down in panic points. That is a thing that a lot of people do, which is a mistake. At least a lot of, like, newer players do. Apparently some people in Summer of All Fears still do it. Also, as you can see here, you shouldn't take a panic point that isn't occupied with a 1 key most of the time, unless it forces the opponent to do something awkward. Should be taking my point instead. Because right now, if they're taking the middle point and I then reclaimed it, I would have 1 point still, and we would have traded 1 for 1. Now, if I kill this and I put my 1 key down here, we will have traded 1 for 1, but I will have 2 panic points instead of 1. So that is a pretty bad idea, I think. Anyways, this is up now, but do I even have to be scared of that? I don't think I do. Also, I don't really know if there's any point to having the Ginsting up here, though. Definitely killing this thing. Taking the point. And I'm going to throw a Hebo 2.0 in here. They also banked to 9, so we might see something big from them also. Could also be taking this with the boom and then try and march my tickles up here, but I think it's too late for that. I should have played the game differently, but like, that's too late now. What I should have done is I should have had Henrietta sit up here on one of the turns prior and have taken the middle with tickles. And then I should have ran Henrietta over here with both of my ranged phobies out. That would have been pretty hard for them to deal with, I think. Actually, it's probably fine wherever it is. Like this, it can wrap around, right? I'm just going to go for the classic Rambolina plus Hebo 2.0 combo. Makes it extremely awkward for them since they have absolutely zero... what's it called? Flying phobies right now. They can't be sitting here also. What they're doing right now is criminal against the Hebo 2.0. I don't think that I can super punish them for that though, but still. What if I just walk into the middle and push them here? Okay, they're moving. Do I still kill something if I push on this? The Hebo would just move back here, right? So probably not. And I can't get anything behind them right now. So they are kind of safe. The Gonzo would have been dead if they stayed, obviously. But they're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna check how the pushes would work here. Say we push from here. That's obviously just a move back. We push from here. That's also expected. What if I push from up here? I think they just go back similarly, right? Oh, the Hebo would die. Do I do that then? This would die if I do that. So it's probably not worth it. How about this push? I think I already did that. Anyway. I'm just going to do this. It can be kept here, right? Yeah, it can. And then we just bring in the... Where is she? The Rambolina. The only thing I'm worried about is actually that the Leprechaun can be killed here. But I feel like, is that bad if that happens to me? I don't know if it is. Can't move that down there. Snowball is likely fine where it is. Oh, this isn't fine where it is. Hold up, I gotta move some of these phobies around. This has to go back here and this has to go here. Otherwise they can push me in, right? Yeah. The Hebo is just, or the Ginsting is just offline right now. Because Hebo 2.0 makes it so you can only stand near the middle. Unless you have flyers. This means they have to bring a ranged phobia if they're killing this also. Unless they are willing to use the Gonzo buff. And they have to place phobies on lava, I think. I guess they can put it in the middle, but then it's just dead. So that also wouldn't be very good. Okay, they're buffing this onto the lava. And then they're hitting from over here, right? And the fire will kill. Yeah, it will. And then they have to kill this with a flyer, because the Hevo can't go down here. The Hevo 2.0, that is. Can't go down there. But what happens with my pushers is also what we have to consider right now. Because I think something pretty nasty is about to happen with my pushers, to be honest. Okay, they're moving this away. They have to move that away, otherwise it gets double pushed and dies. But now I just kill their phobies, probably, without pushing. I mean, I can't kill this without pushing, though. I think I have to move in here, right? Can this die from just that? No. This isn't even more damage. Guess I just do this. This is pretty much the only play I have here, I think. Just kill it like this. This can sit up here. It's fine. Probably want a flyer. Is Noxious good? Noxious really isn't good. Ray is kind of good, actually. Maybe we go Ray Chargels here. I think that's fine. And then we want a 1 key somewhere in here. This should be good. They get a free hit here, but there's nothing I can do about that. They're in a position, though, where they kind of are forced to go in, because otherwise their heart will just die eventually. There's no way for them to get a kill on that. And they can't really all in, because then they'll get double pushed. So this is a very rough situation. This is the power of the Hevo 2.0 with Rambolina combo. Which is pretty terrifying. They can't even really move their phobies around unless they put them like in pretty weird spots. I guess they can move this up here because I don't have the range to double push them. So that kind of works out for them, I guess. My snowball is also still alive, which is nice. That's a low level Noxious. Only level 8. I think we have to try and do some double pushing stuff. It's just pretty hard to do from here. Like, this isn't even really that good, right? No, because I have to go too far in when I do this stuff. Can't even go there. I would have to push from up here. And then I would move over here and push. That wouldn't work either. Could push this into range, but I can't kill it. This is a pretty irritating spot to be in. Guess we do that kind of thing. And then we kill this. But we can't kill that without using my Rambo, right? Which is really awkward. I even have to bring in the Henry or the 1 key here, actually. That's pretty bad. And I have to stand on fire. That means I'm kind of forced to go in here and hit them with other phobies just to get some damage with them. This is very bad though, because they can... I think they can find a way to push something in here. But maybe they won't even do that. I think they're just gonna kill the Rambo. And poison me. Then Miss Muffet can pull this into range of the Gonzos. But there was no other spot that I could put the Klepto in. They're obviously just killing this. Okay, they can also just push it that way, but then they have to use their push for that. Which means the Gonzo really isn't doing much this turn. Yep, that's a obvious play to kill the... what's it called? Rambo and poison on these. Now they lose their Hevo. And I can take 2 points if I want to. They also have to be careful up here of what they're doing, because what they were doing there would result in war crimes from my Hevo 2.0. This can't even really move anywhere. It's just stuck. You can also see that they are blocking me from taking points, because they realize that is not very good if that happens for them. Okay, what do I want to do here? Can I push them in any good way? I don't think so, right? No, that's not any good. Obviously want to kill this, and I also kind of want to kill this if I can. Let's see, how much damage is this if I just hit here? This is enough that I can kill everything. Right? And they can't buff with our Gonzo to kill my Jinsting here. So this should be good, I think. I didn't use the push, right? No, I didn't. I want to keep the push around. Was a pretty good invade from them before. I think they are having a rough time because the Miss Muffet is stuck on the side here. They just didn't really have enough flyers early on with all of the pushing I had out, which is not unusual for this map. Now they're just going to try and stall though, because I have 2 poison phobies. So it makes a lot of sense to do so. And now this is moving forward, which makes sense. This will live through the poison. So maybe I shouldn't throw it away. But I could also just throw it away. I think I should just do this kind of thing though. And throw this out. I obviously don't get the point on this turn. That's perfectly fine. Just can't reach, so we can just go here. Threaten the Gonzo a little bit. That is the best we can do, right? Yeah. Threaten the Gonzo with this. Move the snowball down here. This has to go somewhere else. Like far back. Like here, maybe. Or it just dies. This can stay, I think. If they go pull this, though. I think it's just like this. And that's the best I can do. Stay out of the Hevo 2.0 range for now. And then next turn we can try reclaiming points if we want to. Maybe it's wrong to have the snowball here also. It's just hard to find a good spot for it. Okay, we made the Gonzo move away, which is actually kind of part of my plan here. If they keep them like this, I will put my Ray here and start just hitting their hard without even taking the point. And then move my phobies in slightly to try and bait them. Because they will still lose fairly fast to this. And the Gonzo alone can't kill this, I don't think, can it? Oh no, it can. Then I can't do that play. I still keep it here though. Could put the Hevo up here instead, I think. Could also just try and set up a kill on one of these things. Move in here. This has to still sit there. I guess if this moves anywhere, we can kill it with this right now. So I'm just slowly moving closer to the heart. It's a bit annoying that I can't kill it because of the block currently, though. But is there even a space that I can actually put it on a lot of spaces without being too afraid. Now that I think about it. Because if they do go in here and they kill this with a buff from the Gonzo, they get pulled in, right? Which means I can kill them with this then. They would take 3 plus 470. That would be 800 and then 555. Yeah, that would definitely be enough to kill it. Could also push it maybe in some way. Oh, they're killing the snowball. That is somewhat surprising to me. Because that means their Hero 2.0 is gone. And the Gonzo isn't of much use because it's like too slow to join the fight here. They're playing pretty well though. Definitely managed to make this harder than it probably should have been for me. Like from the opener and stuff. Can't poison it for free. They can't even really do anything to this. So this is just game over for them. If they hadn't gone in on the snowball, by the way, I would have been able to set up a kill on the Gonzo, or they would have had to retreat up here, and then I would have started to hit their heart. So they didn't really have an option to play the game here. The heart was also very low, so it wasn't really that close, but it was close in like the phobie combat aspect. I think I could have possibly found a way to hard rush them instead, though. I just didn't really want to take the risk, and it's pretty hard with a Hevo 2.0 in. Hevo 2.0 and Rambolina are both extremely good on this map. Even Repeller is honestly playable just because of how important it is to be able to push. It's just how good pushing is on this map. Because there's like literally abyss tiles all around. So pushing is just very, very good. Pulling is a lot less good, but you can still use it with the lava tiles. So it's not that bad. And you can also pull people in to push them, like you saw them do there. They did that on my Klepto. They pulled it in and then pushed it. So it's not entirely unviable, but pushers are like the main thing on this map, in my opinion. Either way, that was actually fairly close though.